People have been going to the movies for over 100 years, and yet they don't really know what goes on in the projection booth. The only thing they have to go on is what they've seen in the movies. And if you believe what you see in the movies, you would probably think that projectionists are lazy, demented perverts.
Nice big cock.
So let's go behind a little glass window at the back of the theater to see how a movie gets prepared for your viewing pleasure. First, we have to find out how the movies actually get to the theater.
What do you mean, literally?
Yeah, literally.
By truck?
It's delivered through a delivery service.
The truck shows up every Wednesday or Thursday and drops off a bunch of cans for me.
Now they're starting to put them in cases, which tend to hold all of the reels.
When you receive a print, it comes broken down into several different reels. Has to be built up on the larger reels and then onto the platter system.
You take off the heads and tails, which is like a little wrapper around each film.
It also dictates how you build up the print, whether you start at the end and move your way up to the beginning or vice versa.
And then you'll splice the tail of the first reel and the head of the second reel together and then start winding the second reel on. And then you'll consistently do that until you've got them all, everything on the big reels.
Time for a quick montage.
You take the larger reel over to the platter and projector system and build it up.
Wait a minute, guys. Aren't you forgetting something?
Q-tape. What Q-tape is a metallic tape that is designed to go at the very beginning of the film, and then when the first cue goes through, it brings down a low light, and then when the second cue at the beginning of the credits hits, it's going to go up to medium light again, and then the last two cues, depending on what automation system we have for that particular projector, is going to bring it back up to high light.
We receive a list of what's supposed to go in there, and I usually stick pretty close to that.
Sometimes with smaller movies, we're allowed to a certain degree of discretion, but we still have to be cautious as to what type of movie it is and the audience that's going to be seeing it.
Now that the reels have been spliced together, the movie trailers were picked, and the Q-tape has been added, it's finally time to put it on the projection platter. How long is this going to take?
From beginning to end, it takes anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour, depending on how quick you are and how long the movie is.
Basically, it's a three-tiered platter system. It's designed to automatically rewind the movie every time you show it, so you don't have to do it like the old reel-to-reels where you have to rewind the print every time.
But basically, you take the start of a print, thread it through the payout assembly, the brain, put the film through a series of rollers on the platter, and then cross over to
The projector itself, which has several different sprockets and whatnot that you'll thread it through, and then it'll go back from the projector itself back to ladder system, and it'll rewind the print as it's playing.
Horror stories from projection.
I tacoed a print.
My finger got caught in one of the holes, and it fanned out and cut my finger.
Tacoed a print is pretty much what it is.
Blood was everywhere, got all over my shirt and all over the build-up table.
Says it is just you flip the print end over end.
We just had to grab one of our white towels that we had and wrap it up and get everything cleaned up until the replacement projectionist got here.
I've seen prints being thrown off that have been thrown off the platter.
Felt like 10 King Kongs were kicking me in the nuts at the same time.
I've seen a print implode upon itself.
The most common problem, I would say, is brain wrap.
Plenty of brain wraps.
Prints brain wrapping, and
Luckily, it was only half the print, but
I like working with film.
Can to make sure that other people get some of the same movie-going experiences I've had over the years.
I like working with the machines. Like I always say, I kind of feel like we're, Old Testament astronauts up here, because in this day and age with iPods and computers and everything being so, technical, we're still working with oil and light bulbs and pulleys and, machines, and it's kind of nice.
So, if you're watching a movie and this happens, or this, or even this, just sit tight and let these modern day Phantom of the Operas do their thing. Because unlike what you've seen in the movies,
know exactly what to do.
these guys know what they're doing. The different colors mean anything?
Probably. I'm not sure. Yep, some are yellow.